We'll be taking shit back here. Follow!
You suggested one-on-one combat, didn't you?
Because as you know, many of us on our retention journey, on our spiritual walk, we're trying to better ourselves. And it is very important that we all recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, 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 all of my fabulous, beautiful people, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you are all having a fabulous, fabulous Friday. Welcome to NoFap Fridays. I think it would be fun if we started to react to these people every Friday because I said so. Hello, unfucking believable. I am glad that you are here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Hello, go suck an egg, says I stand with Carly. We have made a new hashtag. Joe says he can't mod today, but he hopes to listen. That's okay, Joe. I do not have any laws. There's no mod laws on how many streams you have to mod for. We don't do 5-hour mod meetings a few times a month, you know. Just come whenever you can. NoFap Claptrap. That sounds fun. But yes, we have made a new hashtag. So if you are against people picking on somebody with disabilities just for shits and giggles, for no other reason other than shits and giggles, then let me know. Do the hashtag. Hello, Aaron. So glad that you can make it. I hope that you're also having a fabulous, fabulous day. I want to give a shout out because that wasn't my meme. I'm not going to take credit for it because it's not mine. And the channel that I took it from has only 277 subscribers. That is criminal, absolutely criminal, when this meme has 4.5K. I'll even like it right now on stream. So please come and subscribe to this person right here. Their name is Japa. They're giving full credit of the meme to Minute Wisdom. I guess they have done this together. And so, you know, go and sub them up. I don't want to take credit for it. I didn't make it, but I thought it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So please go and sub that person up. And I am going to drop the link to that actual meme here. So the link is in the chat, so you should be able to copy and paste it and go check it out or click on it. I'm on StreamYard, so to me it just looks like this. I can't click on anything here. You guys may remember from when like Alonda and I were streaming often about on Passive together, and you guys would leave a link and then I would have to copy and paste the link and send it to her in the private chat so she could click on it, because it just doesn't work on this thing. I don't know why. The rules are made up and the points don't matter. That's right. A claptrap robot on the hashtag nofap community. Maybe. So today, of course, we have good old Big Nick energy. Now, I'm not sure where Big Nick has gone to. He hasn't really uploaded anything in the past few months, but he does that. So he'll upload a bunch over a series of months, and then he'll disappear for like almost a year, and then he'll come back. And sometimes I wonder if when he's gone, if he's getting laid. Nick, I understand you don't want to be a hypocrite. You can't have a girlfriend and then sit out here and spread the nofap stuff. But we miss you. Come back and give us more advice. So today, we're going to hear about how to be the light.
All recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out. All for joining me today, man. I'm doing great. Hope you all are doing amazing.
Thank you, Nick. I am doing amazing. You remind me of Cece sometimes because you stream from your car. See, it again, maybe he's got a girl in the house, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. Could be.
Because life is great and it's only getting better.
I'm holding you to that. If my life starts to get shittier now, it's on you, Nick.
You and me. Today, though, just a little message of positivity and motivation for you all. Because as you know, many of us on our attention journey, on our spiritual walk, we're trying to better ourselves. But going against that majority of our Western population is just the exact opposite of what we are trying to accomplish.
Okay, so going against most of the Western society, I do have to say that most of Western society doesn't give up the fap. So right off the bat, aren't you setting yourself up to fail?
A lot of darkness, a lot of negativity in our society today.
That's true. There's wars, there's wildfires. Ottawa had a weather forecast of smoke. There's a lot of negativity. Apparently, we found out the other day that Biden and China are working together to fuck us over with the gas, the oil. I mean, there's a lot going on, guys.
And it is very important that we all recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out as much.
Yes, recognize the light, the divine spark within you. And it probably says, hey there, bud, can we please fap? I just say, maybe you're depressed because you're not releasing
much as we can in order to combat that darkness that we experience on a day-to-day basis. You know, some of you guys, you might still be working jobs that you do not like, you hate it.
Do you like your job, Nick? What do you do for a living? Like, besides come out here on YouTube every once in a while for a few months and give these motivational talks about how men should not touch themselves. Like, what do you do for a living? Do you love your job? I'm just wondering, because you're always talking to your audience as though you're above them. Like, as if you already have everything figured out. I definitely do not have everything figured out. I constantly tell my audience, I have no clue what the fuck is going on. We are all going to learn about this together. But when you come on here with your advice, like just now, you go, a lot of you probably are working jobs that you hate. And I'm kind of over here like, okay, but what's your job and why don't you hate it? Why are you the only one out here with a job that you love? You know, I just feel like he talks down to everybody too much. So if you're going to talk down to everyone, you should really explain to us all what you do for work. You don't really have a video teaching all these young men that aren't fapping, because of your advice, how to go and get a job that they love. It's very easy to sit here and be like, a lot of you probably have jobs you don't like. You got to be positive to like your job. But how do they get there? You know, I'd be interested.
Everyone that goes there, they despise being there. You can just tell. It is a crappy environment to be in.
Again, what are you talking about? Working at McDonald's?
Well, man, just recognize you're in that moment.
Yeah.
You have that divine spark, that little piece of God within you.
Oh, is it God? Is it God that's the divine light, that divine spark? It can't just be you, right? It can't just be you, your positivity, your personality shining through. No, it must be God.
You have the power to bring that out of you.
You've got the power. Sorry, I break out into songs sometimes.
Any single moment.
It happens all the time.
Now, some of you that might seem far-fetched, you might not honestly recognize that little piece of God within you.
What does that mean? Some of you that are far-fetched. Is that just people that are fapping? Yeah, if you're fapping, you're far-fetched. I think the problem is, you know, you're fetching too much. Getting the bit. You fapping.
That divine spark. But as you are on retention, you are cultivating your energy. This spark becomes stronger. Your light becomes brighter.
Okay, so not fapping and working on your retention makes your God spark bigger and brighter. And I just have to wonder, is that because, for example, you're Catholic? The Catholic religion is very against fapping, if you will, right? They're very against getting laid, especially before marriage. So is it because of this? So because you're not giving in to that temptation, which is something else that God tells you not to do, give in to temptation. That is one of the commandments. Don't give in to temptations. Is it because you're listening to that, so your God light shines more? Aaron says, meh, the God concept is just the self overinflated into a mask. It's true. I prefer my inner light to stay at stable luminosity. Don't we all? Don't we all? Especially if God's involved. Maybe I want mine to be dim then. After all, I am the devil.
So when you're home, when you're alone, when you get the time, take
out your pain and what do? Fap! I don't think that's what he's going to say, but that's what I'd tell you to do if you were home alone. Maybe you should take my advice on life instead of Big Nick's here.
The opportunity and meditate. Don't just pray. Praying is great, don't get me wrong. Continue to pray. But I know there are some people, they'll pray, but they don't really sit there with themselves.
I have a question because my understanding of meditation is that it comes from Buddhism, okay, and other spiritualities, not Christianity. Praying comes from Christianity. So is it not going against your religion to practice what another belief system or religion does? Because I would argue that Buddhists and those that are very into like meditation as a spirituality, as something that they do for their spirituality, they're doing that instead of praying. Like that's their way of praying, if you will, you know? So I'm just wondering how you see yourself as an ultimate Christian, right? Someone that follows that faith, that belief system to a T, but then you use other spiritualities and the things they do, their traditions, right? Is that okay? Is that not a conflict of interest? I always wondered about this. Joe says, tempt yourself. Watch Canadian women's curling. Yes, I used to curl. That was one of the sports I did in public school. Curling. Very big here in Canada. The RCC lists hearsay as a crime, yet their missionaries syncretized all the sodding time. Yep. Truth. Nothing makes sense. Everything contradicts in the Bible, doesn't it?
You have to sit there with yourself in silence. Let all the chit chat going on in your brain calm down. Connect with your higher self. Connect to source. You have a straight connection to God.
See, and this is what I mean. So it's all about connecting to God, but then you're doing that through meditation. He's like, praying's great, but meditation is better. See also Voodoo, vote on Santeria. Yes.
You don't need...
I don't know if he'd be allowed to make voodoo dolls. Maybe they need to make voodoo dolls of themselves and cut off the penis. And then that's how it would help their nofap.
To get that from any book. You don't need to get that from any other person preaching to you from some pedestal.
Which means that everyone should turn off your video and go on with their day and forget that you even brought this up. I mean, it's fine to be like, oh, don't listen to anyone on a pedestal, and then you turn around and you're out here all...
Recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
So I'm just wondering, can we... Mycroft says, can we get this guy to review Warhammer's FAP reviews? That would be hilarious. I would invite him on. I would be like, Nick, come on with Alistair and myself, and let's react to the FAP reviews. Which, by the way, if you are unaware, tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be discussing and reacting to Warhammer. His channel may have gone down, but my A-logs have not.
You have a direct connection to God, and the more you sit there with yourself,
the more you're probably going to want to FAP. I'm just throwing it out there again.
The stronger that connection will be, and the easier it will be to activate, to open up that divine spark within you at a whim.
See, now here's the thing. Spending time with yourself, doing self-reflection, you know, and all that, that's wonderful. A wonderful, wonderful advice. Everybody should be doing that. The end of every day, you know, just kind of reflect on the day. What could you have done better? What could you have done better, if you will? So that's all good. That's great advice. I would have no problem with somebody giving people that advice just as advice because they care about people and they want to give them good advice. My issue is that all of Nick's advice, not only is it to, you know, make him money and get you to want to do his bullshit courses and shit, not only is it for that, but everything has to do with being better at nofap. So he's not telling people to like go and sit with themselves and be self-aware and do self-reflection and be positive just for themselves. No, no, no. It's all about so that you can be a better nofapper. Which is kind of a weird thing to think about because usually in order to be better at something, you got to work at it. But then with this, you're not supposed to do something. Like you're not supposed to fap. So I guess you get better by just not doing anything. And that's fun to me. Oh, his channel is back. He has risen like Jesus. Not as good as Spurg did on Easter Monday, though. But I told you he would be back. He's never gone for long.
At a moment's notice, when shit looks dark around you, just activate that divine spark.
Oh yeah, no, it's easy, guys. You just meditate, you get this divine spark, you don't fap, right? Don't get tempted to touch yourself. Just do all that, and then whenever something's bad in your life, you got that spark. It'll get you through.
You are a piece of God.
I don't think God wants me, sweetheart. Haven't you noticed that I am the fucking devil's daughter? I'm just saying, he already kicked my dad out and banished us to hell. He doesn't want me.
Of God is within inside you. It says it in the Bible.
It says it in the Bible. He says after telling everyone that you don't need books. He's like, you don't need books. You just need to sit with yourself. It's all within you. And then he turns around and says, God is within you. It says it in the Bible. Did you not read that part? No, I didn't, Nick. You told me to put all the books down. Jesus. Oh, yeah, Aaron. Aaron says, oh, my God, he's back already? Oh, yeah, Aaron. The prophet of Oofy Doofyism walks amongst humanity once more. And he's probably harder than ever.
You can activate this at any time.
You can activate it. Activate. Inner light. Activate. Imagine if you could do that. You just sit there. Something bad happens, you know, like you spill coffee on you. And then you just put an arm up and you're like, inner light activate.
Recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
Yep. Activated. And then I get to throw a light ball at you. It's just a ball of fire. Just.
Granted, you put in the work. Be authentic. Show love, compassion.
I love this. Be authentic. That's it. Does he tell you how? No. Just do it, damn it. And show love. How? I don't know. Just fucking do it.
These are the things that matter. These are true qualities of a godlike being.
Of a godlike being that does not fap. Don't forget that part, Nick. That's important.
And authenticity, that is a very important one in today's day.
I love how he says important. Important. important one. It's an important, I can't do it as well. And I too have a speech impediment, but apparently I can't fuck that word up enough. It's important. You just do it every day. But don't do the fap thing. Don't do that every day. That's bad.
Care, caution, compassion, love, this is all important. But authenticity, these are all facets of love, really.
I feel like authenticity is not something that you can learn, right? Like, it's like being genuine. It's just, you either are or you're not. And if someone's like learning how to be, is that not for manipulation purposes? You know what I mean? Like, if you're already not authentic or genuine, and then you're trying to learn how to appear that way, that's fake shit, okay? Be authentic and don't coom. Such inspiring words to live by. He's a man's man, Nick.
Authenticity is one that is just destroyed in our modern age. Nobody is authentic anymore. You go to many jobs, many white-collar jobs, people can't be authentic.
Again, he brings up like white-collar jobs. Like, are you not at a white-collar job? Is that why you say you're better than everyone?
They can't be themselves. They got to fit into the corporate world.
Oh, how awful. I really do want to know. There's this whole younger generation, and we tried to stop the hustle culture. We did. I promise. I have over 300 videos dedicated to just trying to stop that alone. But it's still very much around. If not, COVID made it worse. Okay. So there's a whole generation of young people that are all out here like, I don't want to do no white collar fucking work. I ain't doing that work. I'm going to go be an entrepreneur. Like, what is going to happen when everybody's an entrepreneur and no one is doing this so-called white collar work? Like, people make fun of people out here that work these minimum wage jobs, but you do realize our society would not run at all if those people didn't exist. Yeah, bitch, I know that you like to go in the middle of your workday and grab a quick coffee. Well, guess what? If all of the people that worked at that coffee shop decided to be an entrepreneur or go get some big fucking corporate job, then you would have nobody to make your coffee, for example. You know what I mean? You take those people for granted. I promise you, if our society gets into a spot where nobody's doing that work, we are fucked. We are fucked because the work that no one wants to do is actually the most important work for running our societies. So it's not a good thing what's going on with this whole everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Nobody wants to do the white collar work or minimum wage work and blah, blah, blah. That's not good. We should stop that.
You know, you can't stand out unless maybe it's like business accomplishments.
Oh, yeah, because that sucks. You know what? If all you have is business accomplishments, you obviously haven't been taking advice from good old Big Nick Energy over here. Shame on you. But again, what do you do, Nick? Why are you so much more important than everybody else?
But essentially, man, being authentic is so important when it comes to letting out your light.
Being authentic is so important when it comes to letting out your light. Again, can you maybe explain to us what does it mean to be authentic? Okay, if you're going to be out here throwing that term around like this, you got to define it for us. in this video, I don't care if you've talked about this 500 times in the past. What if this is the first video of yours I ever come across? So I don't know what your definition of that is. Like, what do you mean by be authentic? Like, not fapping? Because how does that help? Joe says nobody wants to do blue-collar jobs. Yet nobody wants to do any of these jobs that they consider to be beneath them. But again, those are the people that are running our whole world. So I'm just saying, be respectful. Be respectful to the service industry. Be respectful to, like, here around my neighborhood right now, it's springtime. So we have these kids that get hired to walk around and pick up the garbage. If I'm going somewhere and I see one of them, I always thank them. I'm like, hey, you're doing a great job. Thanks. Just because it must suck being someone picking up garbage. But at the same time, if that person didn't do it, who's doing it? That means there's just garbage all over Ottawa. And then Trudeau would be real mad, okay? And no one wants that.
Accessing that divine spark, shining in the darkness, being that bright light when it is so dark out. And
like, are you supposed to do this to other people? Because at first the whole bright light thing was just your connection with God. I feel like that's personal to people that believe. You know? Like their connection with God. That's their own personal thing. So now are you saying that they should be out spreading the light like an STD?
And that does not mean, being authentic does not mean just spouting off whenever you feel like it, opening your mouth, saying inappropriate things, or things that may be appropriate in some situations but are inappropriate in other situations at the wrong time.
All right, so I think what he's trying to say here is being an edgelord or an asshole doesn't equate to being quote unquote real or authentic, which I agree with. I agree with that statement. But again, like I said, I also feel like if that is who somebody is authentically, let them show you. And then maybe that person is just a shit person, okay? Maybe there's just nothing we can do for that person. They just suck.
You know, obviously, who cares what anybody thinks?
Yo, who cares what anyone thinks, man? I'm be over here meditating with my inner light and shit. Not fapping.
But you don't gotta go ostracizing yourself from the people around you, your coworkers, your friends, your family.
I don't know how we got here. Why are we ostracizing ourselves all of a sudden? It isn't bad enough that we can't touch ourselves. Now we're full on ostracizing ourselves too.
So I learned this phrase recently, and I think it is the perfect phrase for anybody going through an awakening process.
Oh, Lord. Are you ready for this shit? An awakening process, which again, you cannot fap for because somehow it will get in the way of your awakening process, which also involves you learning about love and care. I'm just throwing that out there. It's all very contradictory, isn't it?
And it's essentially 3 questions, 3 parts. First question, ask yourself, what I am thinking right now, does it need to be said?
What am I? My answer to that question is always going to be no. No, queen, shut your mouth. And then I'm going to say it anyway. I'm just warning you all now.
If you say yes to that, ask yourself this.
Okay, but what if you say no? Are you going to get to that too? Just wondering. Because, again, mine's probably no.
Is what I am thinking right now need to be said by me?
Well, am I supposed to get you to say it instead, Nick? Because you're oh so much better than me? I'm just wondering.
If yes to that, then you get to ask yourself the third final question.
Oh, you get to. Like, this is a great thing. Something you've waited for your whole life. I have lived my whole life to get to this moment where I get to ask myself these 3 questions that Big Nick Energy told me I should ask myself. That's what all of this has all been for. My whole life.
Is what I am thinking right now, does it need to be said by me right now at this point in time? Is it
Is that not, I feel like it's just the same question 3 different ways.
an inappropriate thing to bring up right now? The people I am talking to, are they even going to understand?
Whoa, hold up there, Nick. Now we're getting into like question 6, okay? You said there was 3 questions. Now you're just throwing them at me. You didn't tell me I'd have to take notes.
And or even appreciate what I'm going to say? Is there even a point in bringing it up? And of course, use your own discretion when wanting to speak your voice, speaking the truth, and always defend yourself. But the thing is, it is not your job to preach the gospel to everybody about what's going on the planet right now. No.
Well, why are you here then, Nick? What the hell, bud? It's not your job. You just said it yourself. And Joe says, if you are getting paid, it's a worthwhile job. Yes.
Nobody asked. You can always drop hints, maybe plant some seeds in some people's brains. But no one's asking you to spout off and just go off on everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, well, nobody asked you, Nick. Nobody asked you how I can meditate and get my inner light to glow and get me closer to God while I was sitting on my hands trying not to fap, okay? I don't remember asking you to give me advice on my fapping. But for some freaking reason, here you are, like some kind of nofap life guru to people. Do you not get the irony of this?
You are not the Paul Revere of waking people up.
Yeah, Nick. Are you looking in the mirror when you say this? Again, like you're the one out here that's just making sure you get it.
Nobody asked you.
Exactly. Nobody fucking asked you. Not one person. I don't remember people being like, I really need a guy named Big Nick Energy to start a YouTube channel. And then he really has to teach me how to not fap. And then also how to live a light-filled life. And be closer to God. And be my best self. I don't remember that.
It's unfortunate, I know. I wish everybody could be at the same place of understanding.
Again, you just wish everybody would be over here listening to you and your advice so that you can get views, so that you can make money, and so you can sell your advice bullshit online, right?
But it is just not how it works. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but
See, in this part, he's almost like smirking now while he's talking, and I have to wonder, did he realize that he just basically called himself out? Did he realize that? Was he like, I just came out here and told other people to shut up and not share things because it's none of their business to be out here preaching while I'm preaching at them about this? I just want to know if you knew, Nick. Did you realize? Did it like hit you in that moment? Because watch, he does this little like smile thing, okay? Right here.
I don't know who needed to hear that, but
you can tell he's like about to smile, like almost, like just a little bit, and he kind of stops himself.
Be at the same place of understanding, but it is just not how it works.
Right there. See, and he tries to stop himself. He has like this lip thing to like stop himself from smiling too much there. So I'm like, did it just hit you? A little sound effect that happened, the little pop thing. Pop. I can't do it today. Pop. It fucking literally, is that you getting the thought in your head that you just kind of fucked yourself over, called yourself out, should have been talking into the mirror the whole time?
So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm sure there's at least one person watching this video that had to hear that last part. And
he is sure that there is at least one person watching this that had to hear that last part.
I really want to disclaim again, I am not telling anybody to be quiet,
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you did. I mean, you used a lot more words in order to do so. But it's pretty much telling people to be quiet and not be out here trying to also be a nofap guru because you want to be the only one, right?
to not speak their mind. I'm just saying use your own discernment and ask yourself, is this appropriate in this time? Does this really need to be said?
Does it?
Is anybody getting any?
So, Nick, I want you to ask yourself the next time that you go to record a video, I want you to sit down and I want you to ask yourself those questions. Does any of this need to be said? Who am I reaching out to? Who is my audience? Is it weird that I'm telling young men of the world not to touch themselves, to be better men? Just ask yourself these questions. And actually, you know what? Maybe that's why we haven't heard from him for the last 8 months, guys. He did. And he decided that no one asked him. And he's decided to shut up.
Anything out of what I am saying right now. It's very important. Save yourself a lot of hassle. But anyways, man, back to the point of this video.
Yeah, what was the point again? Because you started it off saying it had something to do with this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. And then we went into a big rant about how what we have to say is not important, but what you have to say is very important. And then now you're all like, now let's get back to it. Are you going to tell us how to meditate? How to make that little light brighter? Coming from someone who's not bright themselves, I'm looking forward to it.
You are light. You have that divine spark within you. That is a piece of God. You have that direct connection, like I said.
Wait, now the light isn't a part of me. It's a piece of God? And it's a direct connection to God? Well, that's probably not good for me.
Power of Christ compels you, bitch.
You know, but whatever.
Train yourself to access that. Train yourself to connect. Make that connection stronger. And then you will be the light going about their day.
And then you will be the light going about their day. Yeah, you get to be the light.
Recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
And we will be right back in one moment. Please, everybody, fap! All right, we're back.
The light in this mob of darkness. Man, do something nice for somebody. Compliment somebody. Do
Again, though, why do you need the nofap movement for this? Why? Why? Joe says, I'm at work. Sorry, Joe. Don't fap at work. You'll lose your job. Don't do that. Just don't.
3 to 5 nice things a day.
So do 3 to 5 nice things a day in order to help your inner light, which is a part of you, but it's actually God and your connection to God. So whether or not it's a part of you is now up for debate. And then do good things for people in order to not fap. All just to make sure that you're doing well in the no fap movement. Not just to be a good person, not to be authentic or genuine for any other reason, or to spread love, care, like he said, for any other reason, just so that you can be better at nofap because that makes you a better man.
You putting that positive energy out there, the universe is gonna send that back. So
yeah, it's called karma. I don't know if you noticed. It's my name, Queen of Karma. I'm pretty familiar with it. But again, people should just be doing that because they're good people. Right? I feel like it's no longer a nice thing that you're doing for someone if you're doing it to get something out of it. So here he's telling people like go and do 5 nice things a day. Yeah, but it's not just to do nice things. People don't usually like number the nice things they do because they're just good people. So like all day long they're doing nice things. They can't really count them. You know what I'm saying? He's like, make sure you go out there and consciously do 5 nice things a day for somebody. Again, it's fake. It's phony. And you're only doing nice things then to get something in return because you want it to help that inner light shine, right? You wanted it to shine bright for the no fap movement.
I'll recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
It's not just to be a good person. No. And it all has to do with making it so that you're better at the no fap movement. I don't like it. You should just be a good person doing good things. Not to get anything back. Most people don't even really think about karma. To tell you the truth, you're just a good person, you do good things. You're a bad person, you do bad things. Right. And if you're a bad person who's then trying to consciously do good things to get something in return, then you've probably watched a Big Nick energy video.
Do that every single day, man.
Yeah, man. Do that every single day.
Do something nice for somebody. 3 to 5 times a day at least.
3 to 5 times a day at least. And carry around a little notepad. And every time you do something nice, just check. Check. I did something nice today. Yay.
And you will notice reality getting brighter. You will notice
reality getting brighter, like on the outside of me, or just my little inner light getting brighter? My connection to God getting larger? I'm confused now, Nick.
good things happening. And don't do it because you expect something in return.
Oh, but the whole thing is that now that's impossible. It's impossible because you already told me to do it for the reason that I would get something back in return in the form of my apparent inner light shining brighter and getting me a closer connection to God. And again, well, stopping me from doing that big, bad, evil fap. So, you fucked us all with this one, Nick. Thought you were supposed to be in the no-fap movement, but here you are, fucking all of us with this bad advice.
Do it out of the goodness of your heart.
Again, telling someone to do good things now means that it's not coming from them. It's not coming from the goodness of their heart. They're doing it because you told them to, Nick. Damn it.
Because this is not about getting things.
It's not about getting it, is what you really meant to say. It's not about getting it and about doing the... No, you're supposed to be doing it to not get any, right?
This is about just being genuine, embodying the highest version of yourself.
Again, impossible now. You fucked us.
And that is a loving, caring, compassionate, powerful being.
Again, though, traits that, okay, maybe you could learn how to love better, learn how to care for people better, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, learn how to not fat better and yada, yada, yada. But the one thing that you cannot learn, I fully believe that you cannot learn how to be genuine or authentic. You either are or you are not. And like I said earlier, if you're not and then you're trying to appear as though you are, that is called being a fake, manipulative bitch. You don't want to do that either.
But anyways, guys, that is the video for today. Any questions whatsoever, drop them down below and I will answer them. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Share the video. If you have any personal questions you do not want to leave in the comment section, my email is in the description below. And other than that, man, you all have a great day. Peace.
I wonder if I could email Nick and ask him to come on here and do a little interview with me so that we could actually ask him these questions to his face. But anyway, Nick, peace, brother, peace. So that was Big Nick Energy. That is his no-fap advice. His no-fap advice on how to, shine that little light of yours.
I'll recognize the light, that divine spark within us, and bring that out.
So now that we know that in order to do all of that, we need to not fap, of course. Never, ever, ever fap. Don't do it. It's bad, he says, right? This is all about the no fap movement. So don't fap. All right? Be genuine, care for people, and do at least 3 to 5 good things for someone a day. Consciously. Even write it down. Take it off in a notebook. 1, 2, 3. I did my 3 things. I'm done for the day. I'm going to go off and be an asshole. And then you too will have a closer connection to God via that inner light. And you'll be able to be the best version of man that you can possibly be. Even though you're probably just a cockroach fapping. I'm just saying. That's probably all you are. But it's okay to fap. And that's why we make fun of these videos here. Because I promise you that joining this movement does not make you a better person. It makes you a little bit of an extremist when it comes to several different things. And we're going to dive deeper into that. I feel like every single Friday going forward, we should talk about fapping. And I think that next week what we are going to do is we are going to visit the official nofap movement's website. We're going to take a little look-see at the advice that is given across the board, and we're going to compare it to the few people that I've covered here on the channel. such as Big Nick Energy and good old Stories from the Internet Monty and a few of other dudes that we have. So I think that will be some fun. That's all I have for you guys today in terms of Big Nick Energy. I'm glad that I now know how to get that little light inside of me to shine bright and make everybody's day better. Just being a fake bitch. If I hadn't heard this video and him giving me the advice, I would not know how to be a fake bitch. And speaking of fake bitches, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am meeting up with Alistair Mycroft, and here at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be going live. We are going to be going live, and we are going to be reacting to John Warhammer, Imperator of Forge Gang, you know, those losers. We're going to be reacting to him. He has lost his channel, but we just got news that he has another one back up already. So look at that. Good for you, because losing your channel is a
doofy.
Do not. An oofy doofy, do not. Don't do it. So we'll be celebrating, I guess, him returning after he left us again. Because now if he has another channel, that will be his third channel, I believe. Well, it definitely is his third channel since I've known him. I am unsure if there were channels before that, but he is on channel number 3 that I know him. Just going to be jealous. You know what? That could work. Big Nick Energy. Maybe he should start selling Rev sex dolls. The torsos. Then are you really fapping if you're having sex with an item? I don't know. Let me know down below if you think that counts or not. We found our question of the day for reason for people to comment. So yeah, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. I have a bunch of Warhammer's content because that's what happens when you mess around with somebody on the interwebs and you try to start a bunch of drama and beef with them for several years. Maybe they start A-logging your content as well. So that is still on for tomorrow night. Even if he doesn't post anything on this new channel, I have everything from the old channel. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. And then next week, I have a lot of other stuff coming for you guys other than just nofap Friday. We are going to be deep diving a scam. We're going to be talking about Satanism. We're going to be looking at another tarot card scammer, and etc., etc. And there might be some drama because there always fucking is. Welcome to YouTube. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you all have a fabulously, amazingly splendid rest of your day. I am going to go run out to the store and then go get ready because we are going to be going swimming this afternoon as a family. And it's sort of a nice day out, so I look forward to it. I hope that the rest of you have wonderful plans for the rest of your day. And again, I will see you tomorrow night right here, 7:15 p.m. Eastern with Alistair Mycroft, okay? Mwah! Bye! And remember, it's okay to fap, okay?